If I spent more time with President Zelensky, we would probably find out that we have diametrically different opinions on many topics. I have a completely different opinion on war. I have a completely different opinion on how to deal with oil and gas. Of course, I have a completely different opinion on whether they should be given loans or not. We are a country that is, to put it mildly, oriented. On the other hand, we are neighbors. We are neighbors. I will put it in Slovak. I cannot imagine that after the end of the war, Ukraine will not have any prospects. Imagine that there are 10,000 to 100,000 soldiers there. I am sorry, the expression soldier is not a pejorative. They are paid soldiers with tremendous military experience. If you don't give these people any prospects and give them weapons, they will go down the path of organized crime. And those are our borders. I cannot imagine that at all. We remember what organized crime is from the East. That is why I think that there should be some prospects for Ukraine, so that we can avoid this worst scenario. Since we are neighbors, we have to rely on good relations. Even though we do not have any love for Mr. Zelensky. We have been in office for 3 or 4 years. Marek, how many years have you been in office? 4 years. 4 years, and we were already a joint government. We have agreed that by the end of June, a joint government will be formed. And it will be a joint government in Bratislava, Slovakia, and Ukraine, or in Kiev. It was decided that this time it should be moved to the main cities, to Slovakia or Ukraine. I have identified a few new topics. First of all, we have to focus on the road connection between Slovakia and Ukraine. Because once the war is over, Ukraine will be an interesting market. So, any railway, air, road connection will be very good. We also say that several new agreements will have to be made when it comes to the implementation of the energy program within the EU for 100 million euros. We have a continuation in the expansion of border crossings. We also have something to do on the railway connection between Slovakia and Ukraine. Then there are other topics related to humanitarian aid. Slovakia will not support any military loans for Ukraine. And Slovakia will not give Ukraine any weapons for free. If someone wants to buy something, let him buy it from us. Once again, we are neighbors. I repeat, we don't have a love affair with Mr. Zelensky, but we are neighbors. And I have a responsibility. And my responsibility is to have good relations. Very good relations with all our neighbors. We had a pleasant meeting with the Polish Prime Minister, with the Czech Prime Minister. A nice photo was taken from it. I say that the three musketeers are waiting for the fourth, because we are waiting for the arrival of the Hungarian Prime Minister. We will see how the V4 will unfold. I mentioned the ambition today. I spoke for a moment with the Italian Prime Minister, to whom I said that. Georgia will take over the presidency of the V4 from July. I will be very happy when the V4 will meet for the participation of the important heads of state from the European Union. Again, I will say it for the third time, we don't have a love affair. The steps taken by the Ukrainian president were harmful. We also took steps. We were simply against the loan of 90 billion. We will not participate in this loan. We do not want to agree with any other military loans. We will not give anything for free, but we are neighbors and I think that cooperation is necessary, because we are neighbors and I want to protect Slovakia from such a development in Ukraine, which could lead to a rapid increase in organized crime. That's all from my side. I will say it completely in Slovak. Up to 70,000 young people died here in Slovakia during the liberation of Slovakia. If you look at the monuments, these are people aged 18, 19, 20 years. It was the Red Army. Everyone was there. There were also Ukrainians. Everyone was there. You know, the Soviet Union consisted of 15 Union republics, so everyone was there. I'm not going to do anything. As soon as I go to Germany on Thursday and go to the Dachau concentration camp, I will go to Moscow on Saturday, I will put flowers on the grave of an unknown soldier. I would like to thank the Red Army, at least Slovakia and Slovakia, for the liberation. And I'm supposed to have a short meeting with President Putin. That's all. I'm not going to any military review. It will be the same format as it was before. I called President Zelensky on Saturday. I greet Mr. Korkok, who has already said that it is a cover-up maneuver of Fico to cover up the catastrophic consequences of the shooting in Moscow. But it was Mr. Zelensky who asked me to call. I don't think Mr. Zelensky would have intended this. I will say it now for the first time, because we didn't want to drag ourselves into the meeting, where it should be, whether in Bratislava or Kiev. It seemed to me that President Zelensky was quite flexible in this matter. So we will probably try to organize the government in Bratislava. We'll see what the reaction will be.